Simple Man by Lynyrd Skynyrd. Let's get started. Ooh. Okay, today we're going to work on a fantastic song. I love this. I mean, to me, this is one of those songs that's pure poetry. It's just a great story, and it really resonates with me. So a little piece of trivia for you. Shortly after Ronnie Van Zant's grandmother passed and Kerry Rossington's mother died, they got together in their apartment and started talking about all the different things that had been shared to them over the years. And in the process of doing so, they wrote this song. Now, an extra fun little thing is there's actually a lyric that says, "Come sit next to me, my only son." But what was interesting is that was only for this song. Ronnie Van Zant actually has 4 siblings, 2 brothers and 2 sisters. Anyway, I can't wait to start it. It's a lot of fun. It's arpeggiated picking, and it can be a little difficult to remember where you are, but it's good stuff. Anyway, let's get going. So what we're going to do is we're going to start with the verse. And the verse is really the part you think about the most when you listen to this song. As I explained before, it is arpeggiated picking, but we're really working with 3 chords here. We are working with a typical C chord, a G chord, and an A minor chord. You're just bouncing between the strings as you do it. We're going to start in basically this C chord shape. Now, it's easier just to get in this position, but first there's a couple lead-in notes. We're going to play an open A, and then we're going to play the 2, 2nd fret, 5th string. That's why it's easy to get in this position, because you can do it with your middle finger. Then you're going to shift to that C. Now what you're going to do here is you're going to play the 5th string, you're going to skip one, you're going to go up, then you're going to skip all the way down. So now you are at this B string, and you're going to climb back up and go down once more to the G. So that's going to be like this. Let's speed it up a little bit so you can hear that. Now remember that picking pattern. That picking pattern is going to be used about 90+% of the time throughout these different chords. So what we're going to do is then we'll shift to a G. In this one case, you really don't have to make a G if you don't want to. You're only going to use these top 2 fingers here. You don't have to plant this, and it will speed up your playing. However, I don't know, I haven't gotten used to that. I still want to plant the G finger there. I don't know why. I just need to play it, get used to it, to only do the 2. It'd be so much faster. But anyway, what you're going to do is now that you're on the G, you're actually going to start on the upper string. And you're going to do the same pattern, just 1 string up. Then we're going to shift to an A minor. And we're going to go back down 1 string. And once again, same picking. So now we're going to keep our hands in this position, this A minor position, but we're going to change it up. We are going to play the first 4 strums. This time we're going to skip all the way down to the B. Those 3 strings, then come down. And we're going to plant our pinky here on the 1st string, 3rd fret, and then back up to the B there. So together, those 2 parts are going to sound like this. And at this point, you'd reach right up with your middle finger here, and you'd do an open and the 2, and you'd go right back into the C. I can see it totally gets confusing here and there. Don't worry if it takes you a little bit. In truth, I feel like I have to relearn it every time I pick it up. It's like how does this work? Where does it go? And especially describing it, especially that end, yikes, I don't know. Hopefully I'm getting it right for you. But let's try that one time all the way through, okay? Now a G. Now the A minor. Different A minor. And like that, you're ready to move on. Let's do it. So on to the chorus. So both the chorus and the riff are done with an electric guitar. Luckily I have them right here. I decided to switch up, make it, but you know what? You can absolutely play it on whatever guitar you have. You could have done it on that acoustic. You could have done the acoustic on the electric. It really doesn't matter. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to start with a C5 power chord. A C5 power chord is you're going to take your index finger, you're going to play the 3rd fret, 5th string there, and you're going to come over with your middle finger and pinky, and they are going to be on the 5th fret of the 3rd and 4th strings. Once again, I always like to mute this big string here because my aim is awful and I'm slop and I can't guarantee I'm not going to hit it. So what we're going to do here is we're going to play this twice. We're going to play it once, let it ring, and a second time with a staccato where it cuts out. So it's going to sound like this. Then we're going to scoot up one set of strings, same hand position. Now you're just on the big string and the 4th and 5th string. And this is a G5 chord. We're going to do the same strum. At which point we're going to scoot down here and we're going to do an A5 power chord. So an A5 power chord is really these 3 strings here. It's your A and these 2, almost like you're doing that A minor. What I do like to do is I like to use my index finger and kind of bar just those 2 strings, lifting it up so I hopefully am not getting any sound out of this lower one. I find it's just faster anyway when I do this, but especially in this case, I'm going to use my middle finger to reach up, and it just makes it easier just to, I'm already in that position, I don't have to change. The other thing I'm going to do is I'm also going to bring my thumb up to cover very lightly this big string. I don't want to hear it, and once again, slop. I'm trying to protect myself. And this is going to be one strum, let it ring. At which point you're going to reach up with your middle finger and we're going to do an open E, a 3, an open, a 3, and then we're going to come back down and we're going to do that A. Together, that's going to sound like this. Hit repeat. And like that, you've got the chorus. Let's keep going. So now for the last part, the riff. The riff is actually pretty easy. We don't go too far. We are going to be fully on the 5th and 6th strings here on the 3rd and 5th fret. This is right here, nice and easy. You don't have to stretch, you don't have to go far. What we're going to do is we're going to put our finger down, we're going to play the 3rd fret, 5th string here. We're going to scoot our fingers down to the 5th fret. Now we're going to do a string bend. Now I'm sure you guys do this, but I like regurgitating this mostly for myself, but it might help out someone out there too. You really want to use the strength of multiple fingers. The second thing is, when you're up this high and you see a string bend, you typically want these two strings, you want to pull down. When you're down here on the higher strings, you want to go up. The whole point is that if you do it the opposite, you're going to fall off the guitar. In this case, we're going to do a string bend on the 5th fret here, but we're going to pull down. And we're going to do about half of a string bend. And we're going to do it nice and slow down and nice and slow back up. Then you're going to go to the 3. You're going to jump up 1 string to the 3rd fret 6th string. Then you're going to go right back down to that 5th, do another bend. The 3. And this time we're going to go over here to the big string, the 5th fret. And we're going to do an open, a 3, open, 3, and we're going to slide up to the 5. Let's try that again. One more time faster. And like that, you've learned the riff. So thanks for helping me struggle through Simple Man today. Man, this is an amazing song. Like I said before, I just love the melody of it. I like the message of it. Everything, especially when I'm in a mellow mood, it really just checks all the boxes, and I love it. But anyway, I really appreciate you guys being here. I appreciate you guys tuning in. Hopefully you're getting better. I feel that I am. Some days I struggle, but a lot of the times it's pretty amazing all the different songs that we've been able to cover so far. If you haven't already, please hit the like and subscribe button, and I'll see you next time on The Struggling Guitarist. Oh, well, that is a big reason I have no power to my amp.